Hello everybody and welcome back to Building Southlake. So last week, or actually 2 weeks ago, I do have another excuse for you guys, which some of you guys are probably too familiar with at this point, which is quite sad if I'm being honest. But last week I honestly did have another good reason in my opinion, and that was that I was sick. I was sick all of last week. Mainly Tuesday was the worst day because I really couldn't talk. It was like one of those, it wasn't like sick, it was more or less a cold. But on Tuesday, it really hit me hardest when I couldn't really speak. I woke up, I couldn't sleep. I woke up at like 2 a.m. Because my throat was like so dry. I couldn't talk. It was hurting to swallow or do anything like that. Take that how you will. That's why I didn't see any Southlake video last week. Again, it's far too common for Southlake not to be uploaded, and I want to work on that. So what I might start doing ahead of time is recording more videos ahead of time in the future. That way they're already set, ready to go, and that way it can, come out on a more consistent basis. Even if I do have a week like that to where I am sick, it doesn't really affect me schedule wise. So I might start doing that. Usually the reason why I don't is I like to stay relevant with certain topics and stuff like that, but it's usually not that big of a deal. So you might notice that we have a couple new buildings here, which I will show you guys in a second once we get to the end. There we go. So we do have a couple new buildings popping up finally over here. Finally starting to like populate this area a little bit. Excuse me, I'm still a little on the cold side, but it's gotten a lot better. So the main building here, the one that is my favorite so far over here, besides the tallest building, because that one's still my favorite in design. Excuse me, guys, I'm sorry. This building here, I like it quite a bit because I like the main front design of like the pillars and how you walk up and then you're going into the building. I like the use of the cobblestone walls mainly. I think it's a big deal on how it makes that entire thing look. And then next to it, we have another more of a modern style building here, which you haven't really seen too much of with this city in general. But this is actually a very modern design, I think. So I quite like it. I think modern can work in row buildings and stuff like this. But not sure like with houses, or maybe some tall skyscrapers could work, depending on how you do it. But I really like how this one looks. It's a very just modern design. I like it quite a bit. Again, pillar design kind of extends that modern feel to things and stuff like that. And this is the building we are going to be working on today. Very, very simple building here. I do have a couple of things to talk about today, and one of them is actually YouTube. And a lot of people freak out about YouTube, and it makes sense. People don't like change. And one of the big things that YouTube does is they don't let anybody know about features that come out or that will be coming out. And I think that's what frustrates people the most about YouTube. It's like, hey, we're the ones supporting your platform. Like, why don't you let us know about some of these things? Which I understand. It would be nice to know about features ahead of time. If you have, so many subscribers, you get a little bit of an insight on, how things or when things will come out, because it makes sense, right? You're the one bringing people to their platform, and you're keeping them coming back if you make, consistent videos that people enjoy. So I definitely agree, like, with that, it would be nice if they actually sat down and said, hey, look, we're going to be uploading or unveiling this new feature. Here's what it's going to be doing in the meantime, and kind of give them a little bit of a heads up so they know what to expect, kind of prepare for it. But YouTube just doesn't like to do that. They're more of just nope, here it is, we're already letting it go. If you don't like it, kind of get over it. We're a big company. And it is, it has to be hard for YouTube, because if you don't know one of the things that I'm talking about, I guess I haven't really clarified that yet. There's a new service that YouTube just announced called YouTube Heroes, which is a very stupid name if you ask me. I understand it. Kind of family friendly, stuff like that, obviously. I'm not really a big fan of the name, but it's one of those features that, again, YouTube kind of unveiled and said, hey, look, here it is. A lot of people, and mainly a lot of creators, are freaking out about it because of the fact that it makes it easier for people to flag videos, which can be a very bad thing for a channel. You can get an entire channel taken down if you have enough flags on videos and stuff like that, which really sucks because, of course, it's going to be abused. It's the internet. People are going to become heroes, and might want to clarify a little bit more. So the way you become a hero in this new network is what they're calling it. So also I need to use a different material. Maybe my classic quartz look nice with sandstone. So basically the way it works is if you keep coming back to watch videos on YouTube, you can basically at some point become a different tier of hero. And I'm not 100% sure how this thing works, so I can't go into all like 100% details of things. But from what I have heard, if you keep coming back, if you're a loyal customer to YouTube, pretty much, you will get these different perks and stuff like that, allowing you to unlock more features, kind of giving you a tier system is kind of how it is. You're kind of trying to rank up your profile and stuff like that, which is how it's supposed to work. Again, some of these things will be abused though, because it is the internet. And the internet is not good at, you know, being nice. Oh my goodness, I just keep having like those like small hiccups. So basically the main deal with this is, so some of these unlocks are very, very, I don't know like what would be the best way to describe them. I mean, they're very lean towards, you know, you can put tags or like subtitles in videos. Like if, say, the creator of the video does not add subtitles, you can go ahead and do that yourself. And I think what they're probably thinking as, you know, YouTube is, well, if somebody's a troll, they're not going to spend that much time on YouTube coming back just to eventually troll somebody. So I guess that would be their reasoning behind it, but I don't see that happening. People will take their time. There aren't just like short-term trolls, there are long-term trolls as well. So this is one of those things to where it's allowing people to be mass flagging videos, which is what people do not want. And I gotta give it to Twitch. I've been streaming on Twitch more often now for my other channel. And I will say, I absolutely love how Twitch is set up. It's very user-friendly. Now, granted, you know, they have not been around as long as YouTube. They are not as big. And, you know, YouTube is a very big thing, so any change you make is going to be hit with a lot of, you know, criticism, and, you know, people are going to doubt it. And which makes sense. You know, again, people don't like change. It just keeps going back to that. But the main problem here is I like how Twitch is set up. You know, you can have administrators in your audience to help you clear the chat of, you know, people spamming their channels and advertising, stuff like that. So you can actually do that yourself. You can say, hey, I want you to be an administrator on my channel. So, you know, when I stream, for example, we are talking about Twitch here. When I stream, the way this is going to work is if you see something in the chat, you can basically get rid of it if you feel like it's abusing the chat system. And I think that's a great system. I like how their subscriptions are also set up with Twitch as well. I think it's just a very organized program. Now, granted, live streaming, you know, YouTube isn't really known for live streaming. It's just been one of those things to where you kind of upload your edited videos and stuff like that. Twitch is more and all about live streaming. So there's a bit of a difference there in how you can approach things. But obviously they're doing something right because YouTube is trying to kind of copy them to an extent. So they're doing something correctly. And it shows. I mean, their audience and fan base has grown tremendously over the past couple of years, ever since they've introduced Twitch. So they're obviously doing something right. But I like their subscription system. Basically, you have a subscription to where you can either just, you know, subscribe for free, which is a cool thing. But if you really like somebody's content, you can actually subscribe to them and pay like $5 a month to help keep the streams and the content coming, which I think is a great way to do things because it gives you a free option. But for the hardcore fans, you know, the people that actually come back for you, not just every now and then, but every single day for you, you know, it's a great thing to have people coming back like that. And it kind of shows the support you get at Twitch when you implement those things. So I think Twitch is definitely doing so many things right when it comes to all this stuff. And I think YouTube is kind of playing catch up in that regards because if you don't look, I mean, I'm not sure. YouTube is trying to implement a new streaming service. I'm not sure if it's open to the public. I know I have it because I am a partner of YouTube technically, since I am partnered with Machinima for now. There's one of those things to where, you know, they're unveiling new features and stuff like that. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. You know, everybody has their whole different view of YouTube and how they approach things. But one of the biggest things that I think is still a issue is people overreacting. One of the biggest ones I can think of is that whole scandal that was going around. I wouldn't really call it a scandal, but YouTube basically said, you know, due to our advertising policies, your videos will be demonetized. And if you don't know what monetization means, it basically means your video will no longer be making money, which, if you don't know, that's how a lot of YouTubers make, you know, a living. And it's a you don't want to mess with people's livings, and I get that. Because at one point, YouTube was my full-time job, but I wasn't able to do it anymore. So I work like 60 hours a week now, between my work and my channel. So I do quite a bit of work, but one of the things that they were saying was, well, basically you're going to be alienating your audience here, like your partners, because a lot of them custom videos and do stuff like this, and the whole point was to make it to where it's advertiser friendly. And people were freaking out about this. You know, if you don't understand it, I could see why you would freak out. But, you know, YouTube even said nothing has changed. It's actually, we're just letting you know about it. Nothing on the YouTube service has changed. We're not demonetizing your videos like crazy if you cuss in them. You know, if you say the F word, heaven forbid your video gets demonetized. And that's what people made it sound like. People made it sound like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. This is like the worst thing in the world and stuff like that. And again, some people's careers were at stake here. So I understand, you know, freaking out about some of these things. But people only paid attention to the bad news. They didn't listen when YouTube said, no, look, nothing has changed. We're just notifying you now. Before, you know, if you have 2,000 videos, you can't search through every single video and figure out, oh, this one got demonetized. It just doesn't work that way. You don't go through your videos every single day. So what they said was, it's been happening, but you just haven't known about it. We didn't have an alert system for it. Now, if it does happen, you will get a notification saying, hey, look, this video got demonetized. If you want to fight the claim, you can. And basically, that's how it works. And so many people freaked out about it, and it was just one of those things where it was so blown out of proportion. And YouTube was in the right. They didn't do anything wrong, if you ask me. I mean, all they said was, look, we're just notifying you now. I mean, it's not going to happen all the time, but, you know, if it does happen, we're just letting you know. We're letting you know that something went on that made it to where your video is now demonetized. So I think people just really freaked out, and some people still don't understand it, I think, which is kind of sad. Again, it's just one of those features that people overlooked and started freaking out about immediately and didn't get the full information on it. How's that look with the white? I guess it doesn't look too bad. And if we're going to have white down here, might as well have it up here as well. So now I can't see my materials. Where are they? Here they are. And keep coming all the way across. So again, it's just one of those things that, you know, if you pay attention, you know, to some of the things that YouTube does, they make sense, like the notification. You're being notified now that something is happening on your channel, which it always should have been, but, you know, YouTube is such a big platform that you can't always do that. So I think that's definitely a plus side for YouTube is, hey, we're just trying to notify you. So I think it's just one of those things where people get overwhelmed by change, and when you can maybe mess with somebody's career, people start freaking out because, you know, that's their livelihood, that's their income. So people can really start freaking out about that stuff, which is very understandable. It's just one of those things to where, you know, you just kind of have to pay attention. But I really love how Twitch does things. Twitch is just a great platform, and I'm so happy to actually start streaming on it. Because we stream tonight. We stream on it almost every time we play now. We were going to stream tonight on Tuesday for FIFA 17, but unfortunately, he had to go to work and get off a little bit earlier than expected. So we couldn't do that, but I'm probably still going to record it and do stuff like that. But I never realized how much fun streaming can be, and even though we don't have anybody watching our streams right now, it's kind of worth still doing because we're having a good time doing it. So, what time are we at? We're at 15 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. So I think we're going to call it quits for this part. So thank you guys for watching. It is greatly appreciated as always. We might continue on this building, or it might even be more partially done by next week. So bye-bye, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you guys think, if you've known anything about the YouTube heroes, and anything about YouTube and the kind of the stuff we talked about. You know, I want to hear you guys' opinion on it. So let me know down in the comments your thoughts on some of that stuff. So bye-bye, guys, and thank you very much for watching.